L.A., Oakland, Vegas, Raider Nation, wherever, forever. You got your old Uncle Mosh and Raiders Fan Radio from Murf's Fan Cave, taking a lighter journey into the dark side. Sit back, put your feet up, pop a top, and enjoy the ride. Here we go!
Look left, look right, Kolesnikov, a leaping pass, touchdown!
We miss you, we love you, and we'll see you in the Hall of Fame.
When you have great
Chat room's live now.
then after you have great coaches, you get great players, you have a great organization, and you tell them one thing, just win, baby.
Way up the middle, intercepted Filipiano at the 50, time running down, Oakland football, and I think Oakland victory.
The Oakland Raiders have scored on the most zany, unbelievable, absolutely impossible dream of a play. Well, I love this team. I think this team can win. I think this team can win.
There's Ron. What is up, Raider Nation? Your buddy Murf back once again for what we hope to be a fantastic episode of Raiders Fan Radio. Raiders Fan Radio episode number 151. Coming to you live from, what is this? Oh, yeah, it's Murf's Fan Cave. What's my name again? Yeah, what's my name?
Who am I?
Who am I? Which one's me? Somebody got a PowerPoint to help me through this thing? Yeah, so episode number 151 of Raiders Fan Radio from Murf's Fan Cave. Appreciate all of you joining us in the chat, as always, in the live stream. Ron, the Materator's in there, of course. Pirate 1975, Super Deuce, Rev Raider. What's up, Rev? Argo, Sugar Shane, Coach Davis, Harley Raiderette, Michael Sir, Adam Hill. Appreciate all of you for joining us here in Murf's Fan Cave. So a lot to talk about this week. We're gonna kind of just glaze over the Jets game because we're gonna focus on the Chiefs. It's Chiefs week. It's the week of hatred. So we gotta focus on the hate. And you know the man that loves to focus on the hate, especially on the hatred of the ketchup and mustard adorned Kansas City Queefs. The one and only man that adorns the Western Annex of the Murf's Fan Cave desk. Welcome to the show, Uncle Ma.
I hate the Chiefs. I just hate them.
You hate the damn Chiefs.
They hate the Chiefs. I can't wait to talk about how much I hate the Chiefs.
You hate the Chiefs. And you had,
God.
Mosh, before Chiefs Week last time, you had an epic rant.
Right.
Our listeners started referring to it as the Autumn Storm.
Yes.
We're going to revisit the Autumn Storm, and you've got a little bit of an update leading into it.
I do. I got some things that I have to get off my chest.
You got to get them off.
Some hatred items that need to be spoken of.
They need to be spoken. Absolutely.
I hate the Chiefs.
So before we get, though, to all of our Chiefs hatred, we have a southern annex to the western annex of the Murf's Fan Cave desk. And not only does the man that adorns that annex of the annex, is he adorning it by himself?
No, he's doubled up.
He's brought company. So welcome Swag Jeff and Swag Dad.
Yo, Raider Nation. Yeah, man. Hey, yeah, I'm recruiting. I'm going within the family.
I love it.
Absolutely, you are. So welcome to the show, of course, Swag Jeff.
Yes,
and Woody.
Swag Dad.
Yeah.
Hello, Jeff. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. If you don't know or pay attention, my dad he does this professionally.
This is kind of like your thing.
This is just yeah. He wakes up every morning and does this.
Yeah, from 5 till 10 a.m. on 107.5 The River, WRVW in Nashville.
Hey, shameless plug.
So and it's only like the number one show in town, right?
So
like it's only
how much does that suck that a guy that does radio for a living, we invite him to do our podcast?
Yeah.
You know, it's like, hey, let's call the mechanic down the street and have him come fix our car.
Yeah. Now, listen, Woody, I don't want to alarm you, and I want you to get nervous, but there's probably going to be hundreds of people within the sound of your voice tonight,
yes.
And eventually maybe even a few thousand. So don't let those numbers intimidate you now.
All right. I know it's like you said, there's no swearing on this show, but the first thing I heard you say was queef. So I went, okay, all right.
That's not a cuss word.
That's who
not
we're
around
playing.
here.
That's what we're playing, man.
That's biology. That's what that is.
Yeah, there you go.
Absolutely. So hey, Swaggo. So you always kick off our show with referring our episode number back towards some significance within Raider Nation.
I do.
So this week is episode number 151. So tell us what significance 151 has within the organization.
Yes, episode 151 of Raiders Fan Radio. We are going to take it back to the year 1991. 1991, Murf's boy, they went to the same school. They have the same alma mater. We are going to talk about our boy, Mervin Hernandez, who in 1991, he averaged 15.1 yards per reception. 151, episode number 151. Thank you and good night.
All right, Dad, pack it up. We're out of here.
That's right.
That's ball game. Nice job, Jeff.
It's episode Bacardi 151.
There you go. Bacardi 151. Nice. I'm all about some car puns.
Yes, you
I'll
are.
bet Kenny Stabler never drank any Bacardi 151.
No.
Maybe not on the sidelines.
It was all intravenous.
Well, he was studying the playbook by the jukebox light. Absolutely. So, appreciate that, Swaggo. So let's so this is the season of thanks. So we're getting ready to kick off our Thanksgiving celebration here in the U.S., which is yesterday, which is tomorrow, which is Thursday. So before we jump into the football, let's talk a little bit about the food. Okay. So
Come on.
Let's do it.
So around here, Raiders Fan Radio, so we do a Mount Rushmore of your all-time favorite Raiders players, or and that could be coaches or just people that are significant to the Raiders. Well, I thought it'd be kind of fun if we do our Mount Rushmore of Thanksgiving food. Now, here's the thing. It's got to be traditional food because like we do our own like precursor to Thanksgiving. We call it Italian Thanksgiving, and we have raviolis and we have meatballs and we have all that kind of stuff, sausage and peppers and all this wonderful food. And I know a lot of you have different traditions that you have that don't involve the traditional dishes. But let's go with the Mount Rushmore of traditional Thanksgiving dishes. So I'll kick it off, Mosh. I'll give you mine. And it's everything we're going to have at your house tomorrow.
Yep.
It's mashed potatoes is a leader in the clubhouse for me.
Absolutely.
The stuffing. I got to go with the stuffing. Can I count gravy?
We count that as a beverage at my house.
All right. So I'm going to go gravy and then cranberry sauce. Those three things, because you can take and mush all those together and have just like a wonderful meal just with that. And I hadn't even had a protein in there.
Yeah, that's not bad. So I'm
all sides. I'm a sides guy.
You're a sides guy.
I'm a sides guy.
So I'm going to have to say that I like what you're saying, but I'm going to go. You said we can't go off topic. We got to stay with the main dishes.
You can't be going with raviolis.
But I'm going to go with the second feeding. I'm going to get all Hobbit here and go second meal.
Okay, I like it.
I'm going to go the Sister Schubert rolls about 45 minutes after pumpkin pie. Right? And there's a commercial break, and I'm going to go and I'm going to heat up one of the Sister Schubert rolls. I'm going to slice me off a hunk of that cranberry sauce right out of the can on the hot Sister Schubert roll. Put some either ham, turkey, or both on that, and I'm going to go double up on those. I'm going to have 2 homemade sliders on the Sister Schubert rolls, cranberry sauce, ham, and turkey.
Oh, nice 4. I like it, Mosh.
That's sweet.
That's
I like it.
That's a good one. All right, Swaggo, what do you got,
Well,
buddy?
Sugar Shane says his favorite is the turducken.
Oh, that's in the spirit of Madden. Well done, Shane.
Yeah, so I guess for me, I'd have to go. I'd probably have to go ham and vegetable medley, which is kind of like.
Wait a minute.
Jeez.
Vegetable medley.
It's good, man.
Like, what is the medley of? Like, what are we meddling here?
It's like broccoli and cauliflower, but it's all covered in cheese. It's
all right.
We made it in my house.
You just redeemed yourself.
Yeah, it's covered in cheese. Yeah, it's covered in cheese. And then
it's like, I'll just have a salad, but throw a bunch of bacon and cheese and an egg on there. Like,
and put it in a taco shell.
Yeah.
And then sweet potatoes. A sweet potato casserole, candied sweet potatoes or candied yams or whatever you want to say.
Did you like the marshmallows on the top and all
that?
No,
it's cinnamon sugar and pecans.
Ooh, or pecans, as some people call it here.
Yeah, it's so good. And then just good old mashed potatoes.
Just good old mashed potatoes.
Yeah, you can't beat mashed potatoes.
You can't beat a mashed potato. Yeah. All right, Woody, what do you got? What is your top 4?
It'd have to be the 4 out of 5 would have to be the 5 olives I put on all my fingers.
Oh, nice! That is true.
Every time we buy like a can of olives, I say, "Oh, they got to be able to fit on my fingers." Other than that, the food is secondary.
That's
It's
right.
all about the olives.
That's right. Ron says vegetable medley is the Chiefs of Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh,
Nice.
It's like if you took a bunch of vegetables and you chewed it up and put cheese on top. It's
Basically.
it's pre-digested, so it's easy to
Yeah, it's
swallow.
easy to slide down your gullet.
There you go. Especially with what kind of cheese we talking? Some Velveeta action here, like cheddar, like what?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Just
It doesn't
cheese
matter.
Just cheese it. All right, Raider Nation, let us know what yours are. I'd be interested to hear what the chat. Speaking of the chat, Jeff, go ahead and shout them out. Everything except for that one Chiefs fan in there. That's,
Yeah, there's two of them in there.
Is there
And
two
we,
of them?
No, and we will not shout
well,
them out.
and,
So-
let me just say this, though, that thank you, Chiefs fans,
Yes,
for
thank you
populating
for-
our chat. Sorry that you don't have Chiefs fan radio out there because you don't have creativity enough on your side of the fandom to be able to come up with something this clever. So I'm just saying, like, you're welcome here because you don't have your own to go to, and we accept all comers. All are welcome here. You come on in, talk your smack, keep it nice, and you can play here. All right, Swag, what you got?
That's right. Yeah, we got Mojo in here. Just Win Johnny. Ty to Mac. Raider Ramon. Super Deuce. Pirate 1975. Ron the Mater Raider. Sugar Shane. Super Him. Everybody's in here, man. We're all having a good time.
Awesome. Good deal. Appreciate you all. And yeah, if you want to join us live, you can always do that each and every Wednesday. That is youtube.com/Murf's Fan Cave. That's MURFS Fan Cave. Please join us there. And if you listen to us on the audio podcast, you can subscribe to us on any podcast service like Stitcher, iTunes, Google Play, all that. Actually, it's not iTunes anymore. It's Apple Podcast now. So,
Yes, it is.
But anyways, anywhere.
Jeez, I got to learn something new.
I know, right? So just anywhere you can find a podcast, you can find us and do us a favor and hit the subscribe button there. All right. So, around here, so Woody, we don't do shouts. We don't do props. Nothing wrong with those things. We do respect.
All right.
We like to give out some respect each and every week. So we're going to start off this week by giving respect to a couple of twins that have now become faithful listeners of Raiders Fan Radio. And I'm talking about Matthew and Daniel Menges. And
Yes.
the reason that we're giving them respect is that Daniel called the show for the third time last week. Now, when you call our show and you get your message played 3 times, you become a made man or a made woman, hence the get made on the T-shirt. There you go. Yeah. So hence there you go. There's Woody showing off his fine get made shirt. And there we go. And so, Daniel called last week, and I played his call, and it was his third call. And we didn't make him. I don't do math. I'm not good at it. So I want to give respect to Daniel. I want to give him his made man stats. We're going to play the music later. Daniel, we have another made man coming up later on. So we're going to play your music then. But also, not only did Daniel call in this week for his 4th call, but his brother Matthew called me out on Twitter.
Yeah, he did.
And he was like, "Hey man, my brother called the show 3 times and you didn't make him. So what the heck?" But so anyway, so much respect to you two guys. And Daniel called this week for his 2nd call. And when Daniel calls again next week, we're going to have our first set of made twins.
Nice.
So it'll be pretty
Nice.
cool. It'll be pretty
awesome.
cool. So let's go ahead and start off by hearing from our buddy Matthew.
This is Matthew Mingus calling from Fremont, California. It's cold. It's wet. It's finally winter. Just wanted to say I didn't have a chance to watch the game yesterday due to work, but I heard we got our asses kicked. No,
Yeah, we did.
Coming up this week. It's a big, big game. Raiders really want to make a statement in the division and push for the playoffs. They got to beat the Chiefs this Sunday at Arrowhead. Gotta happen. We've got to execute battle. And as Chuck said, what we want is some better execution. So hopefully we can get the win this Sunday against the Chiefs. I will be listening to the game even though I'll be at work. This is my 2nd phone call out of 3. So for you guys who aren't that good at math, 2 out of 3.
Nice. That was for you,
And
Murf.
I know. Shots
first
fired, Matthew.
twin to get made. Thank you so much for taking my call. See you next week. Hopefully when we beat the Chiefs. Go Raiders.
All right,
Got
go
my
Raiders.
baby.
It's twins, Basil.
Yeah.
So this is cool. So here's his brother Daniel.
Radio Nation, this is Daniel Mangus once again calling from Fremont, California. I have a very post-game reaction. That game stunk. It really, really did. But I have a funny story. So it's about halftime, and my youngest brother was like, "Oh my goodness, there's Ozzy Osbourne." I'm like, "What?" "No, Joshua, that's Greg Williams, the defensive coordinator of the Jets." So anyway, he tells my dad. My dad's all like, we'll go back. We're getting our butts kicked. Lo and behold, the ball handler standing right next to Greg Williams looks exactly like Ozzy Osbourne. I'm like, oh my God, it is Ozzy Osbourne. Rock on, Ozzy. Rock on. Yeah, that was pretty funny. Anyway, we need to focus on beating the Chiefs. Everything we want is in front of us. Go Raiders.
All right, good stuff there from Daniel and Matthew. Appreciate both of you all and your support of Raiders Fan Radio. So, as I mentioned, we're going to play the Made Men music later because we have another person to induct. But in the meantime, Mosh, you got a pretty cool ID from the Made Men, from the three guys that were throwing the Made Men tailgate at the Lions game when we were out there in Oakland.
Hey, everybody, this is your old Uncle Mosh out here at the Raiders game. I got Q-Dog, I got Mojo, I got Big Raider Trucker, and they got something to tell you about Raiders Fan Radio. Get your facts, get your funny, and get the F out. Woo!
Nice.
Good
Nice.
stuff there. Good
Hey, so Ron is in the chat.
Yeah.
We talked about Chiefs Fan Radio. He had an exclusive look at what episode 3 was of Chiefs Fan Radio.
Okay.
Who was the guy before Alex Smith?
Oh, nice. Nice. Absolutely. Who's that quarterback, you longtime Chiefs fan? You know how we know that our Chiefs fans are not longtime fans? Because every single one that we saw at the draft this year, all were wearing a Patrick Mahomes jersey.
Yep.
Bar
Wasn't a
none.
Lenny Dawson in sight.
Nope.
Wasn't a Marion
Nope.
Motley anywhere. Nope. Everybody was rolling with old Kermit the Frog. All right, so this is kind of fun. So one more piece of respect before we jump into the to the gist of the show this week. We want to give respect to Raider-born Rico. So Raider-born Rico he's from Italy, lives in the Canary Islands, and he leaves us a message usually every week. And guys, he brought hammers this week. Rico came to dance. So this is the reason I didn't put it in the Sea of Fans mailbag normally, because I want to give Rico a lot of respect, because he wasn't afraid to put his, what do you call Mosh? What do you call testicles in Italian?
Testicular.
Testicoli?
Testicoli.
Yeah, you go around the corner from the testicoli.
Yeah. I dated the sister.
Yeah. Gladys Testicoli.
It might have been the younger brother.
Hey. All right, so anyway, so let's listen to now listen. If you're faint of heart, Raider Nation, if you have any kind of insecurity about the things that you float out there on social media, then you may get your feelings hurt by Rico, because he's coming after you. Yes.
You know, Swaggy and I were talking about it before, though. If I had to be cussed out by somebody, I want to be cussed out by Rico.
You want to be cussed out by Rico?
Yeah.
And also, just a fair warning to those of you that are listening, if your ladies are in the room, you may want to ask him to leave.
Ask him to leave, for sure.
He says dirty words, and it's hot.
All right, let's go to Rico.
Hey guys, Redbone Rico here. So, things can go either way. Things happen for a reason. We can suck for the rest of the season, or we bounce back, more focused, more prepared, more angry for the next opponent. I don't care who it is, Kansas City, Tennessee, Jaguars, Baltimore, if we go to the playoffs, I don't really care. I don't give a because I'm a real Raider. That's what we do. We learn from our mistake. Every time we be knocked out, we bounce back and we get what we want. That's what we do. And that's what I do. But I'm pissed because there's a lot of people surrounding the fan base that I wanna really, that's who I really hate. Right, listen, open the ears, you bunch of idiots. And you know who you are. Stop throwing under the bus your quarterback every time we lose and put it in the MVP conversation every time we win. You are just a bunch of scare men. That's what you are. You want the things easy. Well, I'll tell you what, newsflash, idiots. It's a long, hard way to the top. That's what it is. Okay? So, check yourself in the mirror when you wake up in the morning. Because I'm checking myself and I know what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a Raider over there. Every fucking day I see a Raider in the mirror. You check yourself, because you can't have your house full of memorabilia and everything you want. You can't sacrifice all your life to a Raider commitment and get emotional in a lot of occasion. Well, I'll tell you what, Also, Dr. Death have done that, and his house is full of memorabilia. And you know what? He's not a Raider fan. It might be for a different reason, but he found a way to not be committed no more. So check yourself. You gonna be committed to the Raiders or not? Because for the moment, you're not a Raider fan, and I'm tired to listen to you to say, I'm a Raider fan because I've been always there. That's why I'm angry. That's why. Well, guess what? No, you're not. You're just a bunch of scared men who want the thing easy. So check yourself. I'm telling you again, check yourself in the mirror. If you don't see a true Raider, off. With all this say, love you guys. Sorry the swearing. I'm gonna swear very soon, I hope, in the Mojo podcast. And I love you all. Love you, Mojo. Love you, Capo. Love you all.
Wow.
Yes.
I feel
All right, boys
unsafe.
and girls, pay attention. You got your old Uncle Mosh here with an update. That's right. I got some stuff for you. Take out a piece of paper, a pencil, a pen. Heck, use your pocket knife and carve the info into your dashboard as you're driving down the highway. First off, you need to like us on our fan page on Facebook. That's right. Go to Facebook at Raiders Fan Radio Podcast. Don't forget about the Twitter. You know your old Uncle Mosh, he twits now. That's right. Go to at Raiders Fan Radio. Also, don't forget the Instagram at Raiders Fan Radio. Or what about our website? That's right, RaidersFanRadio.com. Heck, if you want to, you can even email us, show at RaidersFanRadio.com, or call us on the Raiders Fan Radio hotline, 909-345-3346. That's 909-345-3346. Don't forget Murf's Fan Cave on the YouTube, where you can get all the show links like the Fan Club Blitz with Splatterhead and Fitz. Find all our stuff on podcast providers like Stitcher, iTunes, and Google Play. All right, did I hit the time limit? Good.
So the chat is killing us right now. Absolutely killing us. So Mojo, the Rico call starts, and immediately Mojo says, I'm harder than a diamond in an ice storm right now. Ron follows it up with, I play Rico calls on a loop set in the oven at 350 degrees. Guaranteed moist turkey. Oh, my gosh. It's so good.
Give it a PG-13 up in here tonight.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. It's so good. So speaking of good.
All right.
Speaking of good. So we started this last week. And we are now the second annual. We're going to do the tweet of the week.
Tweet of the week.
The tweet of the week.
Like
So this week's tweet of the week goes to Leandro Piormal, and he tweeted out the perfect playoff is what he called it.
All right.
The perfect playoff. He said the wild card round would be in the seeds, the 3 seed Raiders versus number 6 seed Texans, and the 4 seed Colts and the 5 seed Chiefs.
All right.
And so then he said the divisional round would be the number 1 Ravens versus the number 5 Chiefs, and the number 2 Patriots at the number 3, the number 3 Raiders at the number 2 Patriots. And then he said we're going to beat them up there.
Nice.
We're going to beat them up there. So the championship round would be the 3 Raiders and the 5 Chiefs, which would be the last game in Oakland. He said the Super Bowl would be Raiders-Niners champion Raiders.
Oh,
that would be perfect.
So good. Okay, so let's go. Let's check these off the list. So the wild card round would be the Raiders getting redemption against the Texans, the team that beat us last time we were in the playoffs. Then we would play the Patriots in the divisional round, which would answer the Tuck rule, which would redeem us there.
Yes.
Then the last game in Oakland would be us knocking off the Chiefs before playing our across the bay rival.
Yes.
In the Super Bowl. Like, that's beautiful.
It's perfect.
That would be perfect. Great job. Is it Leandro? Right?
Yeah, Leandro.
Leandro. Great job on the tweet this week.
Hey, Raider Nation, this is Max Crosby from the Oakland Raiders.
And goes down, and Max Crosby, who forced a fumble last week.
You're listening to Murf, Mosh, and Swag Jeff on Raiders Fan Radio. Thank you so much. Just win, baby.
All right, so unfortunately the Raiders played a football game on Sunday. Did you guys have a chance to watch that?
Did we play this last Sunday?
I was too busy. I was shaving my armpits with a cheese grater.
I thought we had the week off.
I had to wash the cat.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, it was much more rewarding. Woody, did you get a chance to see the Raiders game at all?
I did not.
You're a good man. You didn't miss much. Yeah, you didn't miss much. So let's jump into it. And we're us. We like to look forward. We don't like to look in the rearview mirror. But it's worth addressing at least a couple of things in terms of the game. Look, it was ugly. There's no doubt about it. And let me just say this, that a couple thoughts, just a couple takeaways, and I want to hear your guys' as well. First and foremost, there's an old term in sports that's don't let that team beat you twice. Like, look, we got our butts whipped in New York by the Jets. That week is over. Let's not let this carry into what's going forward. We got bigger fish to fry. We got bigger things on the horizon. Like, you can't pretend it didn't happen because clearly there's a lot of weaknesses on our team, but don't let them beat you twice. Like, let's get over it. Like, let's move past it. We got to move as a fan base as everything else. There was a saying that Vic Tafur used to say on his social media. Vic Tafur, beat writer for the Raiders, and he used to always say about the Raiders every year, they lose one they shouldn't lose, and they win one they shouldn't win. Wouldn't it be nice if this were the week that we lost the one we shouldn't have lost against the Jets, but we win the one we shouldn't win in Kansas City? Because we're going to hit some numbers later Swag's got for us. It's a tall task for the Raiders to beat the Chiefs in Kansas City. And the last thing I'll say is, we're going to get to this in a little bit with an audio clip from Jamal Adams. Buying into yourself is dangerous. And I think for the first time in a long time, the Raiders kind of bought into themselves. And we've talked about that a lot, not only just in terms of on play, but off the field, everything. Like, you start buying into yourself, you starting to think that, and not confidence, but you start riding cockiness a little bit. It tends to bite you, Mosh, doesn't it? And I feel like the Raiders almost moved into that, and they got their wings clipped real quick. So, and again, I don't know. I'm not in the facility, but I just felt like everything was riding a little too high, and we got clearly overlooked what was going to happen in New York. What do you think, Mosh?
I think the word you hit on, overlooked, was something that I'm going to touch on a little bit later.
Okay.
But yeah, I think we were looking beyond the Jets. I know that as professionals they have a tendency not to do that. They play game to game, and God forbid a coach would have players that are overlooking the upcoming game. That could be the worst thing possible, So I'm sure Gruden was drilling into these guys. We got a game this Sunday in New York. We got to go. We got to play. But, it has a tendency to happen, But weirder things have happened this season.
Yeah.
Who would have thought freaking the Ravens would be balling out the way they're balling out? That's going to be the game on coming up. The Ravens-Niners game.
Oh, my gosh.
And I'm excited just so I can root against the Niners.
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
But who would have ever thought that at this point in the season that the Ravens would be as good as they are?
It's unbelievable.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Lamar Jackson is insane. He's insane.
Definitely a clear-cut runner, top 3 for most valuable player. He's got to be. He's got to be, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Swagger, what do you think about the game on Sunday?
Well, I didn't think a whole lot of it, but
you're smart not to.
Well, yeah, but the thing that really sticks out to me, and we say every game was an important game, but last week, the game really it lowered our chances a lot to go to the playoffs. So the stat that they had was that the Raiders' playoff chances dropped 31.8% with the loss last Sunday.
Ouch.
So now it's only 18.7% chance of us making the playoffs. Now we could cure those with a W on Sunday, but right now everyone, the wild card, the divisions, everything is so tight right now. Every win counts because right now you have 15 teams that are like at 500 plus or minus a game.
Wow.
So half the league is right here. So
we're still in the win column, though. That's what people.
We're still in the win column.
Absolutely.
Freaking game. Lighten up.
Absolutely. Well, and all is not lost because we're playing Kansas City this week. So, Woody, you said you didn't get a chance to watch the game. Did you see much of the NFL this weekend?
I did not.
So all this pep talk makes me think, okay, maybe there's hope for my fantasy team, which is the unapologetic horny Dolphins.
Nice.
All right, so there was a couple at least bright spots to take away from the game this week, or at least a bright spot, and that is our good buddy Max Crosby. Thankfully, he the Condor, as he's now being referred to, brought it and had a great game. So here's a highlight. and we're going to listen to Brian Baldinger break down some of the play of the Condor, Max Crosby.
More miserable than the Raiders. Anything more miserable than the Raiders' play on Sunday was the weather. But it didn't stop the Condor. It didn't stop the Condor from making his plays. I mean, look at the Condor just jump through the gap here. It's not just about arm length. He got long legs, too. I mean, Condor just jumps through the gap, almost intercepts the handoff here to Josh Adams.
That was a
Condor
sweet play.
was busy.
Jumped through the line of scrimmage.
Miserable day, didn't stop the Condor. Here he is up against the tight end, Lev Bell. Watch the Condor go to work here. Bench press, Griffin off him. Two gapping right here, get inside the right there and take down Lev Bell. Nice job by the Condor, man. Playing the run. It all starts with playing the run. I give you a clap, too. All right, now, let's watch the Condor here get after the quarterback. On a stunt with Mo Hurst. Here he comes. All arms. Gets off Tommy Compton right here. Spins. Look at that spin. Here comes the wing. The wing is coming. He can feel the quarterback. He's close. But you don't get away from the Condor. No.
No one gets away from the Condor.
Just can stretch from there all the way to the goal line. That was his 7.5 sack of the season. But he should have had another sack because he wins again here. Here he is against Kelvin Beachum. Now the Condor turns the corner here. He almost takes flight. He gets enough speed here to turn the corner. I thought he was going to lift off. He's chasing Sam Darnold from behind. He's closing the gap. Somehow, this isn't a sack. I mean, that's a sack, but they said Mo Hurst was roughing the passer. I don't understand that call.
Terrible.
I don't understand the call at all. But regardless, that should have been his 8.5 sack. You can't deprive the Condor of a sack. He earns those. Crying out loud. Come on. Condor came to play. The Raiders were awful. He came.
Oh, there we go. And it gets cut off.
Yeah,
he always
gets
cuts
cut
himself off.
Every time.
Yeah.
So
Google gets him.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah. So he's so much fun to watch, man. I mean, he reminds me. I mean, I think he's the next J.J. Watt.
Maybe not quite the body size, but yeah.
But
similar,
but
or to keep it Raider,
similar,
a guy you might be not aware, but 10 Hendricks.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're saying he's Howie Long 2.0.
Howie, absolutely.
So yeah, he's so much fun to watch. If you see back here.
Oh, look what you got.
Oh, look at there.
Look what you did.
There's a 98.
There you go,
right there.
Yeah.
Right there.
That's your guy,
Look
man.
at that. Don't put it on, Mosh.
Why? What are you afraid? He won't stretch it?
Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
There you go, Mosh.
Yes.
Look at Swago. He's representing. He's got his 98.
I love it.
He's got his Mad Max Crosby jersey.
Yeah,
there.
man.
The Condor.
I didn't like this guy so much I'd do horrible things to the jersey.
Yeah. But no, he's so much fun, man. I just love it.
Yeah. He is fun to watch, man. He's been one of the unexpected, I think, highlights. I mean, you don't expect a guy drafted that late to have the immediate impact that he's had. I mean, 7.5 sacks, even though the ones he's got more than one rob too. He's had a couple that were called back, and so it's been a lot of fun watching him play. So good stuff there. All right, so I'm going to end this segment on a down note because it's a stupid game, but we got to do it. So Jets safety Jamal Adams had some comments post game. We're just going to play these, and then we'll jump in and dissect them a little bit.
Yeah, obviously, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. When we came onto the field, we felt disrespected. We got booed in our own home stadium by Oakland fans, and we came back into this locker room, went out, and it was a hell of a talk. It was something that needed to be said. We felt disrespected. Went out there and put up or shut up.
Who said what? Who said? You said it needed to be said.
I'm not gonna get into what was said.
Oh, who said it?
We felt disrespected.
Did you say anything?
Yeah, I came in here and sparked it off.
In pregame warm-ups, right?
Yeah.
Talking about,
Was this worse than usual? Because there were some other games like Cowboy fans were pretty loud too.
Yeah, no, it's just I guess I don't want to sound very arrogant and just cocky, but they came in. I think they came in a little too happy. Just put it like that. I think they didn't. They thought it was just going to be an easy game. Put it like that.
All right, so this goes back to that comment I made earlier about not buying into yourself. And, I don't know if his comments were directed at the Raiders players or if they were directed at the Raiders fans. So my initial response is if you don't want to get booed in your on-field warm-ups pregame, then sell more tickets to Jets fans. Don't blame Raider Nation.
Better.
Yeah,
don't blame.
Don't suck.
Exactly, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Raider Nation has a tendency to take over your stadium if you're not playing well because we'll come in and buy up your seats. So Jamal, you can blame a Jets fan for that. But in terms of like if there was any on-field disrespect coming from the team, that's where Mosh, I'm saying like maybe we kind of got a little big for ourselves there. What do you think?
I don't know that how much disrespect can you give in warm-ups?
Well, you can talk smack and whatever.
You can talk smack, but you're out there to warm up. You're out there, you're getting ready for a game. You're not really, I don't think I get the impression he wasn't talking about the players.
You think he was talking more about the fans?
He was talking because what were the players going to boo them?
Yeah,
were the Raiders going to be over there, stretching, booing the Jets?
That would actually be pretty funny to see.
That would be I mean, come on, or yelling, you suck!
Sit over there, crisscross applesauce. Just going,
crisscross Oh man, I think when you get booed by your home team, that's got to send a message. If, like you said, there's going to be smack talking. If they're within each other's earshot, there's going to be smack talking, and that's just part of the game. But when you go out there and you're fans, and you look up in the fans and you see silver and black, and you're at home and you don't, see baby green, for their colors, I could see how they would feel disrespected, So,
what do you think, Swaggo?
Yeah, I mean, if you get booed at your own place, I mean, you're obviously going to feel some kind of way about it. But like Swag Dad said, be better. Don't suck. Don't let it be 80% Raider fans. I
mean, because we've seen it numerous times. We've seen it here in Tennessee. We've seen it. When the Raiders play here, if the Titans aren't playing well, Raider Nation will come in and there'll be 20,000 Raider fans in the stadium.
Absolutely,
it'll absolutely happen.
Absolutely.
So. All right, let's move past the Jets game. Let's get on to the Chiefs.
Hey, what's up? It's Brockman from The Rich Eisen Show.
And it's Del Tufo from The Rich Eisen Show.
You're listening to Murf and Mosh on Raiders Fan Radio. Yes!
All right, Raider Nation, it is officially Chiefs Week, and I'm going to keep my comments on Chiefs Week short because we have lots to get to from the one and only Uncle Mosh, and we've already been hit up on social media a ton this week from everybody requesting the always famous rants coming from Uncle Mosh. So I'm just going to say this. Swaggo, this one's for the division.
Yes.
That Jets game sucked. It sucked that we lost.
Yes.
It sucked that we lost to Minnesota. It sucked that we lost to the Packers. It sucked that when you lose football games, it's never good. But this now is for the division.
Yes.
This is a big damn deal. This is arguably the biggest game of the year. This is, I would venture to say, the biggest game or awful close in Derek Carr's career.
Yes.
What say you?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We're 6-5 now. We cure all sadness with a W on Sunday, and number 4's got to play. He's got to play because this, like you said, this is one of the biggest games in his career. And, he really, if you want to be an elite quarterback and if you want to lead a team to the playoffs, to the Super Bowl, all that stuff, you got to learn how to play in big games and win on the road. You got to learn how to do that because, I love Derek Carr. I'm one of the biggest, besides you, I'm probably one of the biggest Derek Carr fans out there. But you know what? Derek Carr does not play well in Kansas City. So it's time for him to step up. You got the C on your chest. It's all gold now. Show it.
Absolutely.
Now it's time to play.
Hit us with some of those numbers, Swag.
Yeah, so Derek Carr versus the Chiefs when they play in Oakland. 6.5 yards per attempt, 11 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and an 85.5 rating.
Not bad.
Yeah,
not bad.
To stick your nose up at. Not great, but not terrible by any means. Now, Derek Carr, when he plays in KC, 4.6 yards per attempt, 3 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and a 61.9 rating, which is garbage. It's bad.
Those are bad numbers.
Those
That's
are
not
bad
good
numbers.
Yeah.
So
not good numbers.
So like I said, you're going to break all of our records in silver and black. You're going to be, the highest statistically rated quarterback in silver and black. Now it's time to go to work.
Now it's time to go. You got to win big on the road, man. And look, and we're not in the habit of being critical of Derek Carr around here. We apologize for him oftentimes.
Yes.
And don't apologize for being apologists because we're freaking Raider fans.
Yeah.
But you can't argue against those numbers. You can't argue against the win total. And eventually you just got to win, right? What do you I mean? Like some things are universal and you got to win big on the road, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Everybody said this is going to be Derek Carr and Marcus Mariota's big year for the contract year, and just Derek Carr. Don't be Marcus Mariota.
No.
Exactly.
Yeah, don't be done.
Because he's standing there with a clipboard.
Oh my gosh. So just a quick tangent.
With a fancy mustache and a Sharpie.
So we're listening to, we're watching the news this morning, News Channel 4, and they're boiling a turkey. Will you tell this story, Mosh?
They were deep frying a turkey, right? Yeah. So we got this guy. His name's Big Joe on the go.
Yeah, Big Joe.
And he's cooking a turkey, right? And so it's over a period, a segment, and we all watch the same newscast. And so these guys, he goes, okay, this is what you do. You season it and everything, and you drop it in the oil. I'll be back in 45 minutes. So he comes back and he goes, all right, we're almost done with this turkey. And they're going in the studio. They're going, hey, did you name the turkey? And so he goes, I'll tell you what the name is when we come back. So he's getting ready to pull the turkey out of the hot grease. And they go, what's the turkey's name? And he goes, oh, we named him Mariota because he's done.
They slayed him. They slayed him. They said, how can you tell it's done? He goes, because he throws 3 interceptions a game.
All right, so
Derek Carr, don't be Marcus Mariota.
Don't be done.
Go to Kansas City and look, Derek, at least have a good game. Like, look, we know that the team is struggling. We know the defense is going to, have its moments.
Yes.
Just be solid, man. Go out there and put up some good numbers for us, please.
All right, I can't do it. I can't do what you guys are doing.
What?
I can't do what you two are doing right now.
Oh, is it time?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay, all right.
This is a sub-rant.
This is the pre to the pre?
This is the pre to the pre.
All right.
Because I'm not gonna trash Derek Carr. All right. So
redeem him.
So I'm gonna redeem him. So the
right.
Raiders come out a 9.5 point deficit in this coming game.
Point spread.
Okay. Right. That Monday, I think it came out. They were down by 9.
Yeah, I did.
But
I bet him. All my bookie money.
I know you did.
Yeah.
But I'm not ready to flush Derek yet. I'm not ready to jump off the bandwagon.
Okay.
I'm going off of the Kansas City Wire.
Oh.
Misquoted Derek, and it said, and of course this is Derek's exact quote. He says, "We better show up, or they're going to beat us by 50." That's a really good football team, one of the best in the NFL. Hopefully our guys, myself included, when we show up at Arrowhead, we're ready to go, and I believe that we will. Of course, the post was, Carr can't instill confidence in his Raiders. But that's what he actually said. So go back, and Jack Del Rio said Carr doesn't play well in the cold. But what did Carr say to that? He said, Del Rio's comments about me struggling in the cold. Jack was there with me a few times, and I thought this was a team game. Oh, never mind.
Ooh.
I guess it's all my fault.
Oh,
yeah. So I'm not ready to blame this all on Carr. I got to go back.
Not.
I got to go back to what Big Ben Davidson said a long time ago.
I dig it.
Those are my favorite games, talking about the Chiefs Raiders.
Okay.
And he said, I always likened them to a heavyweight fight. You know you were going to get beat up, but it was fun. We needed the Chiefs. They needed us. We wouldn't have been as good without them. You know what? We're a damn good team this year, and we need the Chiefs, and we're going to show that on Sunday that we need them. They need us. I'm all in. You guys can do what you have to do, but I'm saying that the Chiefs right now are in the same boat that we were when we played the Jets, okay? Bear with me.
I feel you.
So, who did we have after the Jets? We had the Chiefs.
Yeah.
So, they might have been looking a little bit beyond that. Who do the Chiefs have next week?
Drop it.
The Patriots.
Oh.
They are looking beyond the Raiders, boys and girls.
Oh.
This is what
call,
we
Mosh.
need.
Great
so,
ticket.
I'm not ready. You guys can be ready, and you can do it, but I'm not ready. I'm
like
saying that we're going to go.
All
okay.
right. I like it. All right. So now, Mosh, a perfect setup. It's beautiful. All right. So Woody, not even last year before last, Mosh was famous for coming out with this rant against the Chiefs. He called himself the Raider hater, not hating the Raiders, but being a Raider full of hatred, all directed towards the Kansas City Chiefs. Excellent. So he came up with this fantastic rant, and then oddly enough, weeks after his rant, Ving Rhames came up with the same, very similar wording and everything, and they played it on Thursday Night Football. So then Mosh came up with another one this year, his Raider hater, and our listeners started referring to it as the Autumn Storm instead of the Autumn Wind, the Raiders' famous theme song, the Autumn Storm. It was phenomenal. Now,
amazing.
We didn't want to have you. It's encapsulated perfect from what you did at the beginning of the year, second week of the season when you did that. But you want to give a little bit of an intro. So we're going to play the Autumn Storm. So Raider Nation, bear with us here. We're going to play that in a second. But let's set it up, Mosh, or lead into it with an updated intro to what the Raider Storm is.
Well, here's the problem with all of that is that I liken myself as to a nice guy. I'm a teacher. I go to church. I give money to the Children's Hospital. I play Santa Claus. You know,
every year.
I have for 30 years. I don't hate a lot of things.
Do you have that same demeanor when you're being Santa Claus?
Yes. What the hell do you want for Christmas? You should see when I come home and I'm like, come here, kitty. You know, and the animals are running. But my problem is that I hate the Chiefs, and it makes my blood pressure. I doubled up on the pills today, and so I'm talking about the game, and I'm talking about show prep, and I'm telling the wife all this stuff, and she goes, "Why do you hate the Chiefs so much?" And I go, "The 25 rule."
What?
And she goes, the 25 rule, and I go, "Yeah, the 25 rule. There's 25 things." And the Chiefs are on the top of the list. You know what I'm saying? The 25 rule.
Or the 20 other 24.
So here they are. So you know the list. It's the stuff that every red-blooded, true Raiders fan should hate. Stuff like beats, leg cramps.
Okay, obviously the list grows.
Ignorance, speed limits, vegans, chipped teeth, unleaded gas, participation trophies, middle schoolers, vomiting, hemorrhoids, mayonnaise, ED commercials, poachers, backaches, closed donut shops, boiled okra, Oprah, hangovers, soccer, sunburns, ex-wives, pencils in my eyes, a colonoscopy, and having to crap in the woods. All of these are inherently wrong, and if you like too many of them, then you are a Kansas City Queef fan. Or if you're in favor of too many of the things on the list, pack your bags, make your reservations, and move your sorry butt to that wonderful little backroads, confused-ass city named after their bordering state. Maybe we should just call them the Missouri City Queefs.
From beats to Chiefs. The list.
The list. Oh, my gosh.
I hate the Chiefs.
You hate the damn Chiefs.
I hate them. I hate them. You don't even understand, Swaggo, how much I hate them. Here's my question. Why? Why?
Why do you hate the Chiefs?
Why is it okay to trash the Queefs? Nay, to have unbridled hatred for the Chiefs. Is it because their quarterback remains the only player who's an active member of an NFL team that, when speaking, conjures up images of Kermit the Frog? Is it because when he and the other KC Queefs wear their uniforms, they remind us of ketchup and mustard on a hot dog, a.k.a. wiener? Okay, look, it's bad enough somebody would actually ruin, I say defile, a perfectly good sausage made with leftover pork parts, bovine byproducts, and mystery meat with a dose of ketchup. When all good and true Americans know if you are older than 7 years old, the only acceptable semi-liquid condiment allowed on a hot dog is mustard. Speaking of mustard, mustard-colored uniforms are no excuse to cheer for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I hate them, and they're incorrigible fans as well. And because we brought up patriotism and all things truly American, let's not go down that rabbit hole about my hatred and disdain for America's team, the Cowgirls. The Raiders may not be America's national team, but they are the one and only nation. And our team is not restricted by national boundaries or simple little titles and labels. We are a worldwide phenomenon, a movement, if you will, a collection of passionate obsessives and loyal followers. Oh. We are Raider Nation.
Yes! Knock on wood if you're with them.
But I digress. Back to my original point. You see, it's very simple.
All right.
I hate the Chiefs! And hate is a strong word. And as I unconditionally support my team in silver and black, nay, love my team, and I am watching a game against any other team, I hate the other team. Seriously, how hard is that? Why must you hate them, you ask? Well, let me explain it to you. Love and hate are as strong of emotions as you can get. And when I remember flash back to the golden days of my fandom and the beginning of my budding affair with the Raiders, if you will, as I began to love and support my team and take football seriously, it was crystal clear to me that when some upstart other team who is hell-bent on my demise shows up to piss on my parade, well, I ain't having it. As my fandom grew and my silver and black loyalty grew, my only recourse was for pure and unadulterated hatred in its finest form. Please don't be confused. I'm not your basic burgeoning curmudgeon who hates everything. In fact, yes, I love my fellow man. I love my Lord and Savior. I love my country. I love my Raiders. I love Swag Jeff. And I love most of my family. But for 4 hours, usually twice a year, I shelve my faith full of forgiveness. I choose to forget the oath I took when I joined the service at 18, and I declare those in ketchup and mustard uniforms and their fans, especially their fans, are my sworn enemies. So there you have it. That is my anti-Chiefs testimony, my rant, or my confession, if you will. It's the reason, it's my very own personal reason that I believe 100% in my heart it's okay, nay, mandatory. It is a complete must, without reservation or equivocation, for me to trash talk and completely, wholeheartedly, and with everything I have and every ounce of strength I could muster, to declare boldly, with my silver and black clad head held high, I hate the Chiefs.
Yes! Let's go!
Knock on wood if you're with me.
Looking. He's under the gun. He's tied. He's thrown. It is.
All right. Man,
Epic.
There's not much coming back from that, is there, Woody?
No.
In your life, if you could just find somebody that can love you as much as Mosh hates the Chiefs.
Exactly. Yes. 100%.
Oh, man. It's so
Thank you, Woodman. Coming from you, I appreciate that. I get tired.
Oh, my God.
It makes me tired thinking about it.
I'm winded. Just from listening.
For sure.
My ears are winded.
So funny. So there are 3 different ways that you can get in touch with us here on the show. You can call us 909-345-3346. Leave us a voicemail, and if we play your voicemail 3 times, we refer to you as what we call a made man or a made woman. You can also email the show at RaidersFanRadio.com, and if we read your email an undefined amount of times, you can become a made person in that way. And also you can join us in the chat, and that is at youtube.com/Murf's Fan Cave. That's MURFS Fan Cave. So to kick off the email segment, we're going to throw it over there to Swaggo Jeff. And Jeff, please shout out the chat room while you're at it.
Yeah, we've got everyone. We got Raider Ramon, Pirate 1975, Town Business, Ron the Mater Raider, Full Metal Mexican, Tida Mac, Darth Vader Raider, Emmanuel Gray. We've got everyone in here, and they are all just singing Mosh's praises, man.
Thank you.
They just love it.
Tell them to hit the like button.
Yeah, hit that like button.
Hey,
hit it, and don't hit the unlike like Mosh will.
No, don't do that.
Did you see what Ron said? He goes, hey, Mosh, that speech even fires up Phillip Rivers. Another kid on the way.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Between that and Rico.
Yeah.
When Rico talks, everybody having babies.
Oh my gosh. So we're gonna kick off this segment right here. Hey, Murf, Uncle Mosh, Swag Jeff the Capo, my fellow made men and women, and the rest of RFR Fan Cave Nation. After listening to this to the video We Are Raider Nation you played last week, it inspired me to write this letter. Now, Murf and Mosh, I don't believe you spend a whole lot of time in the Twitter universe. Murf does, actually, a ton, more than anyone. But Swaggo, our social media czar, who I like to refer to as...
social media czar. I like that.
Yeah, who I like to refer to as the numerator. Oh, another one.
That's
I dig
good.
it.
Yeah.
I dig it.
Does it say that, or did you make that up yourself?
No. I toot my own horn often, but no, this is him.
I like to call him Mr. Tripod. I didn't just make that up myself.
As he's known around the swag house.
That should say Swag Tribe.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. So Swaggo, you may have seen some of the Nation on Nation fandom Twitter beef going on. Despite the fact that we're currently 6-4, and I'm going to predict 7-4 with a 31-18 win over the Jets by the next time you read this message.
Well, hey,
just
now,
a little off.
Just
a little off.
Yeah.
People are arguing over whether fans are whether fans are real fans or not. What podcasts are true, etc. So, without further ado, here's my message to the rest of Raider Nation. The bottom line is that it doesn't matter where in the world you're from, what language you speak, how old you are, or how long you've even been a fan. It doesn't matter what your race, religion, sexual orientation, or gender identification is. It doesn't matter what your profile pic is, how many jerseys you have. Well, that's debatable. Whether you're a season ticket holder or if you stream games illegally. If the autumn wind fills your sails, your heart is the shape of that shield and pumps silver and black blood through your veins. We are Raider Nation.
Come on.
We may criticize our team, we may disagree with each other, but at the end of the day, we stand together against 31 other teams, and only one thing matters. Just win, baby.
Yes.
Now that I have your attention, I need everyone to stand up.
Okay. All right. Oh, so let me go to the fan cave cam here. There we go. All right.
You stand up because I got to get down here with my mic.
All right.
Okay. Put your hand over your shield-shaped heart and repeat after me.
All right.
I pledge allegiance.
I pledge allegiance
to the shield.
to the shield.
We, the united fans of the Raiders.
We, the united fans of the Raiders.
And to the commitment of excellence
And to the commitment of excellence.
for which we stand.
For which we stand.
One nation.
One nation.
Above all.
Above all.
Unmistakable.
Unmistakable.
With silver and black blood for all.
With silver and black blood for all.
Amen.
Amen.
Yes. Yes. And that is from One Nation Only Jeff. Proud made man, member of the Jeff Nation, reigning Math Appreciation Award winner, and the one-time Sizzler Award winner. One Nation Only Jeff, you're a rock star, man.
Ah, nicely done, One Nation, Jeff. Oh my God! So that whole like ritual right there, all I could think of is that a pledge pin on your uniform? Flounder.
What do you want to do with your life?
Yeah. Oh my God! Hey, great email there. Appreciate that, Raider. There's a Swag Nation, Woody,
Yes.
so that we have so many Jeffs that they have started to refer to themselves as Jeff Nation or Swag Nation.
Yeah. And I am their president.
Yes, there's a disproportionate amount of people named Jeff involved with this show. It's pretty funny.
Wow, you are the head to their pimple.
That's right. Sure am.
Hey, one of them, Tripod Swag Dad, one of them said, hey, if you're by yourself, do you call yourself iPod?
Oh! Maybe when I get out, never mind. Never mind.
Only till I need glasses.
All right,
so Swag Dad, we're going to kick it over to Swag Dad,
All right.
and we've recruited him to read an email.
Dig it.
All right. That was show prep.
Murf, Uncle Mosh, Swag Jeff, Mr. Tripod, Vinny, and Raider Nation. What happened? I guess my believer needs repair because I can't believe the Raiders' performance against the Jets. They better figure it out because next week they face the Chefs.
That's right.
Okay, the Chefs.
They go by many names in the Murf
Yes,
fan
that's
cave,
right, yeah.
and none of them is their real name.
Yeah, no.
And Andrew Reid is deadly coming off a bye. Not to beat a dead horse, but I'd like to talk about the infamous Mac trade a little bit.
All right.
Forget that he didn't want to talk to Coach Gruden, let alone play for him. Everyone, including many from Raider Nation, second-guessed the organization's decision, presupposing they knew more. Now, more than a year later, the general consensus is that the Raiders definitely won that trade. I've been a football fan longer than most, 60 years. Damn! And I can only remember one trade, like the Mac trade. That, of course, was the 1989 trade of Herschel Walker. Remember that, Jeff? About a year after you were born?
Yeah, like it was yesterday.
He was a big fan. Anyone else remember how that turned out? One more thing. Coach Madden's 3 rules. Be on time, pay attention, and play like hell. Since I tell you, I had one caveat for Coach Madden himself. He always said that his first 2 rules weren't that important. Raider Nation forever. That's from Frank from NorCal.
All right.
There you go, Frank.
Hey, there you go, Frank.
Thank you, Woody. Appreciate that.
In the chat, Woody, somebody says, now that's a voice for radio.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you might have a future in this, Woody, if you stay after
Yeah.
it.
Welcome to the John Gruden sex line. How you doing? Sorry, we're not supposed to say those things. Sorry.
That's all right. We're getting freaky in the fan cave.
Hey.
Hey, now.
All right, Uncle Mosh, you got one.
I got one. Good evening, fellas. Hope you're all well. Okay, so last Sunday wasn't the best. I said in last week's email that the game made me nervous and it bothered me. I didn't have a specific reason, but it gnawed at me all week in the lead up to the game. I didn't expect it to be that bad, though. Everything that could go wrong went wrong. I didn't get to see the game, but listened to Brent Musburger and Lincoln Kennedy, and the pain came across loud and clear. As tough as it was, we've seen it plenty of times in the past when we've had no hope of getting any better. Well, you know what? We're different now. We're moving forward. We still have lots to play for this season, and what happened last Sunday has no bearing on what will happen against the dumbass Queefs. So let's bin the negativity, stay true to the process, and trust the powers that be. The future is ours. The coaches will show their worth now by lifting the spirits of the younger squad members, and there's no better way to put things right than by beating the Queefs in front of their ludicrous attempt at fandom.
Oh, nice.
On to a lighter topic. I've picked my Raiders Supreme Court. So have I.
Oh, okay.
Al Davis, Lester Hayes, Howie Long, and Charles Woodson are my Mount Rushmore. So my additional 5 are John Madden, Kenny the Snake Stabler, Timmy Brown, Gene Upshaw, and Jack Tatum.
Nice.
It was really difficult, and I feel guilty leaving out so many of our heroes. Amy Trask nearly got on there, and Shay at the Pillaging Podcast had a great call at the tailgate you were on when he mentioned Ron Wolf. We've got so many heroes, we could fill the Grand Canyon. Picking the worst 4 was just as hard, but I'm going with Jamarcus Russell.
Okay, so now we're going
Now we're going to the bottom.
Bottom 4.
Jamarcus Russell, Lane Kiffin, number 84, since his name shall not be spoken.
Not be named on the show.
And Jay Schrader. The name still makes me go cold. Finally, I'd like to say best wishes to our families for Thanksgiving. I hope you all have a great time, and that extends to all Raider Nation out there. I know it's not a holiday for us, but I'm thankful for the Raider Nation on a daily basis and for all you guys out there that are making supporting the Raiders more special every year. I can't wait to be celebrating a 4th title with everybody. Love you, Raider Nation. His Lordship, Paul Egerton from Shropshire, Mississippi, Paulie Award winner 2019, Sizzler scorekeeper, proud made man, 2-time winner, Raiders Fan
Congratulations,
Radio
Paul.
Sizzler.
Congratulations, Paul. Good stuff there.
Yeah,
Great.
fresh off his second Sizzler.
Second Sizzler. And I like how he put Jay Schrader on his bottom 4 of all-time Raiders. Woody, do you remember Jay Schrader, the old quarterback for the Raiders?
For a brief time, yeah.
So my Uncle Bruz, Uncle Mosh's oldest brother, used to have a joke that he would say, what do you call a blonde that screws a whole football team? And the answer was Jay Schrader.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, all right. So appreciate you, Raider Nation. Appreciate all your emails. Appreciate, what do we have? Paul, we had Frank, and who kicked us off?
And One Nation Only Jeff.
One Nation Jeff. That's right.
Yeah.
Jeff
One Nation Jeff. And so Uncle Mosh, in that email from Paul, he talked about the Supreme Court. The Supreme
we
Court
got to
Raiders.
get your guys' Supreme Court.
So last week we talked about it.
Yeah.
And so you said for both of us to come up with our 9.
Yes.
And we have to spot Al, so we have 8 left.
Yes.
So we both got our list ready.
All right, let's
We
get
both
it.
got our list ready,
I like
and mine might be just a hair different because, being a newer fan,
Well, it should be.
yeah, it should be,
Yeah.
but I've been doing my research. And I still got my favorite players from before I was born.
Nice. I'll dig it.
So yeah, so my top 9 Raiders.
Okay.
In no particular order.
No particular order.
No particular order. So of course we got Al.
Got Al.
Legend. We got Fred Biletnikoff.
Nice. Put Freddie on there. Absolutely.
Marcus Allen.
Ooh, good one.
Which may be controversial, but
I can't do it, but I'll tell you why in a minute.
Well, that's okay. Well, I think we've heard over the last 10 minutes probably why.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Keep going.
Jack Tatum.
Nice.
Willie Brown.
Oh, good one.
Yeah. Charles Woodson.
Nice.
Tim Brown.
Nice. Oh.
John Madden.
Nice.
And my last one, Derek Carr.
Oh, I like it,
Derek
man.
Carr.
Very good job. Yeah, no, it's good.
People hate on him. People love on him. All that stuff. But you know what? He's the leader. He's the captain. He's Raiders to me.
Most of those guys played when you were still living in my balls, Jeff.
Well, there you go.
There you go. By the way, I'm his father. It doesn't sound weird.
Yeah, it would be a lot more awkward if he wasn't. So, yeah.
Testicole. We might not have had to bleep it if he'd have said that.
I'm not bleeping that anyways. That's hilarious. Rudy, do you have a...
Jeff has never invited me to do this again.
No, are you kidding?
Good?
No. You come back anytime. That's hilarious. Oh, my gosh. Do you have, Woody, do you have a top 9 Raiders?
I didn't do my homework.
Okay, could you go 4? Could you do a Mount Rushmore? If you get Al Davis, you only got to pick 3. Those guys.
Jeff, where's your list? I'll read that.
Yeah.
All right, Mosh. What do you got?
So
like every school, every test in school, I'll just say pass.
There you go.
I liked a lot of what you said, Swags.
Thank you.
I like a lot of them.
Thank you.
Of course, my thing with Marcus Allen. When you get inducted into the Hall of Fame and you want to go in, and he was adamant about wanting to go in as a Chief.
Although they don't induct in the Pro Football Hall of Fame by jersey.
Okay, so
baseball they
thanks
do.
for stepping on my parade. I was just going to say that.
I'm sorry. I'll shut up.
But that's okay. Anyway, they don't induct into the Pro Football Hall of Fame by team, unlike baseball. Yeah. Anyway.
Sorry, Mosh. I didn't mean to steal your thunder.
So, and then the reason I didn't do car is because I went former players.
Yeah, that's okay.
So, that's legit.
So
yeah.
I go Al, John, and Tom Flores. I go Al, of course, was a gimme.
Good call.
So John Madden, Tom Flores. And then I go Snake, Freddie B. And then I went outside the box.
All right.
I went with Ray Guy.
Oh,
good one. I like that.
That's so good. That's so good.
And then, of course, my number one guy, I was sporting his jersey, Otis Sistrunk.
Oh,
may not
of
have
course.
the greatest numbers in the world, but he's there. And then two of my all-time favorites, George Atkinson, who we met.
Oh, you met him,
yes,
too. That was cool.
And Gene Upshaw.
Nice.
So
Good
that
call,
rounds
Mosh.
out my
I like
night.
it.
And
I like it a lot.
Man.
I mean, I had to leave off the Browns. I had to leave like
Howie.
like
Gotta-
Howie, like we all did.
even being a young fan like I am, it was hard to leave people off because I had like 15 names. I'm like, holy cow! Like, I mean, there's some people
Villapiano, Hendricks.
Oh my gosh,
There's all kinds of guys.
Yeah, your original list had Antonio Brown on it.
No, it did not either. Bottom of the barrel.
What about Art Shell, your best friend?
Yeah, or Seabass,
Yeah, he has
Seabass. I do like. Hold on.
I almost put him on mine.
Art Shell?
Yeah.
No, Seabass.
Yeah, because
Well, but probably for the same reason that Mosh put Ray Guy on there, and expand on that before we jump into the to the voicemails here, because that's a great name for multiple reasons why, frankly, he should be on most of these short lists for all-time greatest Raiders.
Well, what I liked about him the most is he was the first punter ever taken as high in the draft as he was taken, and he had a broken foot, and only Al would draft a punter in the first round with a broken foot.
Draft a punter.
Period.
First round.
Period. Yeah.
And the guy basically single-footedly invented hang time.
Yeah.
The term hang time came from people talking about Ray Guy and how long he could make the ball stay in the air.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And you're talking about arguably, so Jerry Rice could arguably be the best wide receiver to ever play the game. Jim Brown, best running back to ever play the game. There is no argument. Ray Guy is the best punter to ever play, and that's a reason he's the only punter in the Hall of Fame. So he should be. If you think about it in those terms, he's literally the greatest player at his position. Why would he not be on all the Mount Rushmores and Supreme Courts and all that? That's awesome, Mosh. Great job on that, guys, and appreciate that. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into the voicemails. We refer to our crew as our made men, our made women, and there's a leader of the crew. We call him the captain. He's the capo. He is Aaron, the Q-Dog Raider, and we always kick off this segment with his call.
Greetings, Don Murf, Underboss, Sonny, Consigliere, Uncle Moss, Sergeant at Arms, the Big Raider Trucker, Mojo, from the Pod Show, Swag Jeff, Nation. It's your capo, Aaron, the Q-Dog Raider, coming to you from the great state of Texas. During a call last week, your friendly neighborhood capo put out a warning and an assurance that, we're better, but the warning was that we're not yet good enough to overlook any team. Enter the JETS, Jets. The previous 3-7 Jets caught the Raiders looking ahead to the big divisional matchup this week. Okay, whatever. Humble pie, it sure is bitter right about now. Screw it, though. I mean, the way the Jets celebrated having beaten us this past weekend, I mean, you thought they would have won the Super Bowl. I guess we are back, Mortimer. But so on to this week. It's hate week. And if you hate the Raiders, no. The media hates the Raiders. If you hate the Chiefs as much as I hate the Chiefs, knock on wood if you're with me. Because you know what? We got the Chiefs coming up at Arrowhead. It's going to be in the elements. And you know what? Number 4, you're going to have to strap on. You're going to have to lead us through this mess. I mean, you got a terrible record out there, and now it's time to put up and show up. If you hate the Chiefs, knock on wood if you're with me, baby. But that's not why I called. The reason why I called is because it's the season of Thanksgiving. It is the eve of Thanksgiving, and I want to give thanks first to the high earners. Emiliano, the Big Raider Trucker, who is killing the T-shirt and merchandising game. Mojo from San Diego, who's killing the Pod Show broadcast game on the YouTubes. And you know what? They say you can't beat City Hall, but I sure would like to take my chances with that thick San Francisco Mayor London breed. Thank you very much, baby. But the biggest thank you goes out to Murf, Mosh, Sonny. This week last year, you anointed me as capo.
Heck yeah.
I would like to believe that I've honored the distinction by not being an asshole, by humbly promoting the show and all the ideals of what it means to be a Raiders fan. So for that, I respect you. I appreciate all the love, respect, and good-natured jabs that I get from the rest of the chat room occupants. So lastly, it's back. It's back with a vengeance. Following that third quarter last week, with 3 plays and 2 fumbles on, basically 2 fumbles on 3 of those plays, it's back by a neck. Mike Glennon, you're on it.
All right, great job, Aaron the Q-Dog Raider. And heck yeah, we are proud that you have represented Raiders Fan Radio in the way that you did, and Murf's Fan Cave and all the everything, my friend. And for those of you that don't know, Aaron came on as our capo, kind of our leader of our crew, and has become a good friend of ours in real life too, much beyond the show. He's been a guest in my home, and we've joined him on road trips, and he's just an awesome guy. And so, yes, you have done such an awesome job in helping us not just promote the show, but being a great friend of the show, and we appreciate you. And that's why, he's the guy. He kind of lives this segment. Like he's the man, and that's why we always kick it off with Aaron. So wasn't that fun? Wasn't that fun being down there at the tailgate with Aaron?
Oh my gosh!
First time you got a chance to meet him, right?
Yeah, first time, and just a great guy, man. I followed him around more than you guys.
Yeah.
Seriously, and he's just a great guy. I look at him like family now.
Absolutely,
I really do.
Well, the reason you followed him around is because he attracts women.
Oh my gosh!
They were flocking to him.
I have about 47 photos in my phone of Capo just laying down his game, man. Yeah, it was great. It was so funny.
Oh my god! All right, so next up here, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's right. I was just saying that Jeff showed me this phone. He said, "Yeah, he told me to follow him around, take pictures of him and all the women that were hanging out with him."
Yeah, amazing.
Oh man, so good. So all right, next up here we got. Hey guys, we got a celebrity driven See a Fans mailbag.
What?
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Wow.
So let's welcome to the show, first time caller, I'm sure long time listener to Raiders Fan Radio, Patrick Mahomes.
Raider Nation, this is Patrick Mahomes. Raider Nation, be prepared. I'm sitting here now in a pit of pigs, rubbing Kansas City Masterpiece barbecue sauce all over my face like war paint. I'm prepared to cook your condor or barbecue him raw. I'm gonna cook that condor with my Kansas City barbecue war paint. Raider Nation, this is Patrick Mahomes. Beware.
Wow.
Thank you, Patrick.
Wow, yeah. Yeah, thanks for the call, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So
does that mean he's going to get cut now that he's been on our
I know,
show?
right? Yeah.
Oh,
Only
nice.
to get interviewed, right? Only to get
Yeah.
interviewed. So we have narrowed down our calls to 8 because what do we get? We're so thankful for all the calls that we get.
Oh, yeah.
But we had to narrow it down because we didn't have time to get to everybody. But I'm making a new rule here on the show. If you impersonate Patrick Mahomes or Kermit the Frog, then it doesn't count.
Is there a
toward
difference?
Exactly.
I thought they were the same guy.
Exactly. If you are willing to impersonate one of those two, you will automatically get on the show, and you will not be included in the 8. So, in that spirit, we have a call from Kermit the Frog.
What?
Greetings, Murf, Mosh, Swagalicious, Sonny, Vinny, Capo, Mojo, Big Raider Trucker, Raider Ramon, Coach Davis, Big Easy, Eye Patch, Rep Raider, Justwin Johnny, and the rest of Raiders Fan Radio and Raider Nation. Long-time listener, first-time caller, big fan of your show. If you don't recognize the voice, I will introduce myself. Kermit Me Holmes here, coming to you live from
Kermit Me
Sesame
Holmes.
Street. I was sitting here with our coach, Miss Piggy, while eating a ketchup and macaroni and cheese sandwich, and I thought I'd give you a call. Big game coming up on Sunday, wouldn't you say? I'd say it's for the AFC West. Although I should be confident, there are so many things that are making me shake out of my green puppet skin. Number 1, the Condor. Mad Max has me thinking I should fill up with a ketchup-covered turkey and call in sick on Sunday. I would hate to have the count off sacks. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks. The chance of Murf spitting some fire bars as he will rap after the Silver and Black storm the Sesame Street and leave with the letter W. Number 3, Murf's Autumn Storm, or Mosh's Autumn Storm.
Gosh, yeah.
So much hate. Last time I heard it, my prostate throbbed more than Murf and Mosh's does on a weekly basis. His glazed donut-covered fingers and the smell of Copenhagen and brown and powdered sugar breathing down my neck sends shivers down my spine. And number 4, Google Voice. I sense his presence, and I cannot stand the thought of him coming up to stuff me in the back of Capo's trunk. So, Raider Nation, RFR Nation, get ready for this Sunday. I know I will be. And you can cut me off right there because Google Voice needs to come and get me in this call. The Chief.
Oh my gosh, that is too funny. So, Woody, have you ever had a Muppet call your show?
No, this is the first. I can't get out of my head the whole idea of Andrew Reed being Miss Piggy.
And say, go through the ball a lot, Kermie. That's your touchdowns.
Oh my gosh, too funny. All right, so if you're willing to impersonate a Muppet in general, we won't even give you, if you can do Beaker,
Any
you can
of
do
them,
Sam
sure.
the Eagle, like whatever. Yeah, you can automatically get Animal. I don't know what you would say, but yeah, we'll automatically put you on the air. All right, next up, one more that isn't going to count towards our caller total. We're going to go to our buddy Greg. Caller Greg in Tennessee, as he refers to himself, and get a Raiders Fan Radio Fantasy Football League update.
Murf, Mosh, hey, this is Greg from Tennessee. How y'all doing? Hey, I'm giving you a Raider Fan Radio Fantasy Football update here. In first place is me. Second, third, and fourth is the Scottish Raiders, Knock on Wood Nerd, and Gruden's Grinders. And actually, those three guys have outscored me on the year, so I guess I'm kind of lucky to be in first. But that is Kevin, and Joe, I believe. Anyway, just want to give you a quick update. Go Raiders. Over. See ya.
He forgot to mention that you were 2-10.
I'm 2-10 with my all Raider team.
Well, you and I play each other this week, and I'm hoping I lose.
Well, yeah, you got to root for me. And Woody, you have a fantasy football league that I play in, and same thing. I run all Raiders.
Yeah. You gotta go with your heart, man.
Absolutely, yeah. I gotta go with my squad every week. That's right. All right, so great job there. Appreciate caller Greg from Tennessee. Congratulations. So it's caller Greg, and then Kevin the Raider Nerd, and then Kevin Scotland. I think are the three that are leading that.
Nice.
All right, so let's head out to New Jersey. All right, so there was a football game that was this Sunday, as we mentioned, but we may have lost the battle in the stands, or at least the battle on the field, but we won the tailgate, as Raider Nation often does, and our buddy Rev Raider was there to check it out live, and let's go check in with him.
What's going on, Murf, Uncle Mosh, Young Swaggo? This is Rev Raider calling from Jersey. Just wanted to give my thoughts on the past week. The game last week, man, it was Murphy's Law out there. Everything that could go wrong went wrong, but, the Jets, man, much credit due to them. Like, I was at the game live and these dudes were out there hitting, Jamal Adams, that boy, he was playing. And much credit to their defense, their offense, man. They was cutting us up like a knife through hot butter. With those stupid crossing routes in the beginning of the game, it wasn't much that we can do. But much credit to their defense. Being at the game live, those hits seem a lot harder than they are on, because I watched the highlights and watched them on TV and stuff, a lot harder. That hit Jamal Adams did on Washington, that was a good hit. And I was like, much respect to that man. Hated the Jets fans. That corny, every time the Jets fans get in the game, when they score a first down, they go, another Jets touchdown, and everybody starts cheering. Trash. But other than us losing the game, I had a great time. Got to spend some time with some of the brethren of the Black Hole. It was a lot of good times. I didn't get a chance to catch up with Splatterhead, but I did catch up with the New York chapter of the Black Hole. The spread of food was amazing. It was more food than I could even think of eating. So I grabbed me a plate and just kept it moving. Me being a former fat boy and trying to eat better, I was just like, you know what? I don't want to catch the itis during the game, so let me keep it moving. But it was dope, man. Even John Groove was apologizing because, we were out there. Raider Nation was definitely out there. And they're like, even Derek Carr said at the beginning of the game when he was talking to the team, he was just like, yo, Raider Nation has turned this into a home game. And that's how deep we were out there, you know. But it was an overall good time, you know, even despite the terrible loss and stuff. But we just got to look forward to next week. You know, it's going to be a tough order, you know, a tall order for us next week. We're playing the Chiefs, so. But it is what it is, you know, still loving my Raiders. I'll have more words maybe if we win, but whatever. Win, lose, or tie. Raiders till I die. Love the show. Peace.
All right, there's our buddy Rev Raider. Great job. And I was, as he was doing his call, for those of you on the YouTube, I was clicking through a bunch of pictures that he had sent to us.
That was so cool.
Isn't that cool? From the Raiders tailgate. So the Black Hole tailgate was phenomenal. Of course, as you mentioned, the New York chapter of the Black Hole, our buddy Chuck Splatterhead and his crew for the New Jersey chapter of the Black Hole, they all held it down, and they had an amazing time out there. And it was wet, and it was cold, and it was windy, and it was like, man, y'all are diehards, man. It's one thing to tailgate in Oakland.
Right,
when
right,
it's 75
yeah.
and like not there hasn't been moisture in years. You know what I mean? But when
Right.
you're out there in New Jersey and it's, and it's cold and it's rainy and all that, and they're still holding it down. And so much love to those folks. Much respect to you for doing that. And appreciate Rev, the call. And so speaking of all of that, our second caller of the night is, this is about as made of a made man as you can get around here. He's the host of the Fan Club Blitz. We call him Chuck Splatterhead McCann. And let's hear from Chuck.
The voicemails must be flying off the charts tonight. This is Splatterhead. I'm soaking wet. I was at MetLife Stadium from 7:30 in the morning until, I'm going to say it, about 3:15, because there was no point sticking around for that crap. That was a piss-poor performance, worst of the season, and I don't know. No words, man. But you know what? The tailgating was fun. We a lot of familiar faces there. Raider Rue was there. Bobby Wasabi was there.
It's your guy, Mosh.
And Kane from the Pillaging Podcast. All of your cast and characters from the Fan Club Blitz. And I don't know, everybody else. Everybody was there. Tailgate was off the charts. Food was amazing. It was wet. It was rainy. It was windy. And the game sucked. Really, really bad. This is the one game, if we went into this season saying, well, we might be able to win one game, this was it. And I don't know what they did. They didn't even, they could have just phoned it in. They should have just called Raiders Fan Radio, left a voicemail, and said, Jets are going to beat us today. I don't know. I had a bad feeling about this game anyway, but not that bad. That was rough, man. But again, Raider Nation won the tailgate. But at the end of the day, the tailgating is a blast. There's a lot of effort that goes into it, and that's my beef. When the Raiders go out and lose, then all it is to me is just work. It's just a lot of work that I had to do, and that our whole crew had to do, and they couldn't even beat the Jets. They didn't even try. They didn't even play the Jets. They, I don't know what they did. Terrible, 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 but, and it was a crucial moment in the season. That's what pisses me off. Anyway, Google Voice is coming in about 10 seconds. I'm going to let you go. Love you guys. Hope you enjoyed the pictures of the food, pictures of the tailgate, and we'll talk to you soon. All right. Bye.
All right, good stuff there. So appreciate Chuck. And yeah, as his call was playing, for those of you on the YouTube, I threw up some pictures that Chuck sent to us. And Mosh, we ran through the menu there for the New Jersey chapter of the Black Hole, the New York chapter of the Black Hole. So Woody, it was this week, Mosh and I talked about last week about the amazing food. It was like sausage and peppers. It's baked ziti. It's like all the amazing like New York Italian food you can think of.
Right.
Like was at this tailgate, and it looked phenomenal. It looked absolutely amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It was everything that we ate at your house on Sunday.
Yeah. Our Italian Thanksgiving, with the fam, man. It was so fun.
It was rocking, right?
Yeah,
Was
so
that fun?
good. So good, yeah,
good
for
stuff.
sure, for
Yeah,
sure.
good stuff.
And everyone's talking about what they're going to eat this next Sunday. Everyone says,
I'm in.
Everyone says, everyone says we're eating frog legs.
Oh, I like it. Very nice. Very nice. All right. So next up here on the show, we're going to go hear from our buddy. We call him the Historian. Some people call him Dead Sea Scrolls Steve. He is Houston Raider Steve.
Hey, Murf Mosh, this is Houston Raider Steve. The highlight of the game today was that tailgate that they had out there in the parking lot.
Absolutely.
Thank God they have that, because you know what? It's pretty bad when I'm watching a Raider game and I see John Gruden call the referee sword swallowing mofo.
That's a nice way to put it.
Like they said, it's like a one-legged pirate in a butt-kicking contest. I used to live in South Florida. I used to hear that dang, you know what song, New York, New York by Frank Sinatra. I heard it so many damn times I thought it was a state song of Florida. Oh, that song sucks. Everybody's trying to get out of New York. They're all moving to Florida. I know, I live there. Fort Lauderdale. Anyway, it was bad enough watching that game, man. Well, I was there with my Space City family, Raider Nation family, over at the Lincoln Bar. They should call it the Lincoln Kennedy Bar, because we all love Lincoln Kennedy. But, man, that was like the Super Bowl loss. Or remember that time, when was it, about 8 or 10 years ago? They played the Jaguars down there, and they lost 55-3 or something. And what's his name had a couple penalties. What's that guy, Warren Sapp? Yeah, that guy, the idiot. He got kicked out of the game, last game of the season. Man, this whole thing, so Whitehead was a highlight of it. I knew it was going bad when we missed field goals, and everything else went to, you know what, down the crapper. Hey, at least we got our one bad game out of the year, but as you know, we got to run the table now. So, man, I'm always going to be a Raider fan, but I'm going to tell you one thing. I'm never going to walk the plank. I'm never going to jump the ship. I love my team. Screw all those people. I guess Colin Cowherd's back off. He's off the bandwagon, him and that idiot Mike Fiore or whatever his name is, and everybody else. Shannon Sharp, screw him. I never liked him anyway. He's a Bronco. Man, this really sucks. Man, at least we have Thanksgiving. We played turkeys, today, but we'll be back. You guys are my family. I love everybody. This is all the made man and the made woman, Haley over there in Scotland. Love the emails. Paul from Shropshire, Mississippi. Q-Dog, everybody. Kevin, Raider Nerd, all my brothers and sisters. We're family. We're going to stick through this. Man, after I came home, I just wanted to take a shower, wash my clothes. And you know what? You can imagine what else. Go to the bathroom. Anyway, have a great show. Happy Thanksgiving. And God bless and go Raiders. We're going to be back. We don't know when, but we'll be back. Sooner than later, hopefully. Let's go beat Kansas City. Those mustard-colored condiment colors. Man, what a freak show up there.
Oh, Mosh, Steve's the best, isn't he?
Oh, my God, he kills me. He kills me.
His strong opinions and his to-do list.
Oh, my gosh. He's ready to expunge that game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. All right, next up. Okay, so here we have a new made man to add to the list. And so we're going to we'll play the call, and then we will play the official made man music. And so we're going to welcome. So his name is Donald. I know because he's hit me up on social media a few times. In the chat, he is Super Deuce. His nickname is just Deuce. So I don't know if that's a good transition on the heels of Steve's call, but.
Yeah.
Are we gonna drop a deuce call?
I think it's about time in the segment we drop a deuce.
We drop a oh, okay. So look, Donald, you will have a new segment officially on this show from now on. If you call in, you will automatically make the 8, and we will call it dropping a deuce.
We got to get a flush sound.
Oh, absolutely. So welcome to the crew. Welcome to the made men. Let's play the call, and then we'll play the music.
Murf, Swag, Cat. Good as Deuce. Man, I just got finished watching maybe the first quarter of the game. I had to pause it just to give you guys a call and say we should have had that safety. Jordan had that safety, game would have been changed. There was no, what was the penalty on Hurst? I didn't see that. Maybe somebody could tell me, because I sure enough didn't see any penalty.
We didn't either.
At most, he should have got half a sack. Then there was no penalty on Renfro. Yo, how they didn't throw the challenge flag when they clearly hit the dude before the ball got there. Man, just in the first quarter, Crosby should have had 2 sacks already. Man, that game should have been 10-3 when that, man, look, I might have to call y'all back again, too. Man, this is ridiculous. But we look good. I don't care. Raider Nation for life, baby.
Yeah. Great call, dudes.
You are a made man. You showed you are part of the family by participation. By chance, a man like yourself should make enemies, then they would become my enemies. Showing you are a friend of Raiders Fan Radio, you have leapt across the line. Friendship is everything. Friendship is more than talent. It is more than the government. It's almost equal to family. Be loyal. Made man, Raider fan. Someday, and that day may never come, I'll call upon you to do a service for me. But until that day, accept this as a gift. And don't ever forget, words can hurt more, but silence can break hearts.
So Ron is in there. He says, strong deuce call, man. Lots of fiber in that call. And maybe some corn, too.
Oh, Murph.
Yes, sir.
Oh.
What?
We had 2 made men tonight. Who were they?
We had Daniel.
Daniel
and Deuce.
We forgot one.
We forgot Greg.
Call up Greg in Tennessee.
We'll get him next time.
Oh, get him next time.
We'll catch him next time. That's all
Greg,
good.
I'm so sorry, Greg. Yeah, that's my bad.
We'll get you next time, buddy.
All right, so next up, let's hear from our buddy. Hey, when you call the show, we love your calls, and we're going to play your calls, but we sometimes I don't recognize your voice right away, so tell us who you are, please. And I know this guy's called before. Maybe, I don't want to guess it. Anyways, call into 330. Appreciate you calling the show. Next time, drop your name.
What's up, Mosh, Murf, Mr. Jeff, Raider Nation? So, we didn't win the game we're supposed to win. That sucks. I'm going to try to get positive. Well, Carr seemed to have a pretty good game. People couldn't catch his third down passes. Hunter Renfrow looked tough out there. He dropped one of those mentioned passes, but he showed some toughness. That ball got picked off. He went after it, tried to stop him. Took some hits, might have had a concussion. I don't know. He looked pretty damn dizzy. The ref talking to him, he's just walking away because he wants to stay in the game. So it shows the toughness. At least we got that. We couldn't get momentum going. So there was some bad officiating. That sack called for roughing the passer was, how Gruden put it, something like a mother-loving rooster sucker or something like that. But anyway, you can't really blame all that. Yeah, we got some bad calls, but look at our third down passes, man. To quote Gruden again, we need some better freaking execution. Like, that's all it is, man. We could not get going. I mean, heck, we took out Carr and Jacobs at the end of the third quarter. That's how out of the game we were, and at some point they seen we ain't getting back in this thing. We can't get going. So it is what it is. We're still in it. I mean, we just got to show up on game day. And we're in it. We're still in the playoff hunt. I mean, sucks we couldn't win the game we're supposed to win, but we are still in it. So just keep the faith, Raider Nation.
All right. Appreciate the phone call. I believe that's
sir.
Dave. That's Dave in the 330.
Oh, right on.
That's Ron said that in the chat. Appreciate Ron. Appreciate you keeping us straight.
You know what Dave's middle name is, don't you?
What's that?
Jeff.
Probably.
Probably. Yeah, David Jeffrey 330.
Yeah, David Jeffrey 330.
Yeah, that's his name. Yeah.
Isn't there a character from Star Wars?
just about. Yeah. Well, tell us about that, Mosh. Expand on your Star Wars fandom.
Well, okay, so when Captain Kirk...
Oh, I hate it when you do that.
Yeah. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Hey, speaking of London Breeze... That was for you, Q.
That was for you, Q.
All
right, next up. All right. Hey, listen. If you got feelings, if you think you're going to be in your feelings, Raider fan, you may want to mute the radio there or your phone or whatever when we get to this next caller, because just like Rico, this guy's bringing it and he's coming after you, all you whiners on social media. So if you're sensitive to this, I'm telling you, mute it now. If not, if you're willing to stand up and support your team, this is your guy, Coach Davis.
What's up, Murf, Uncle Mosh, Swag Jeff, Capo, Aaron the Q Dog, Raider Nation, Made Men, what's happening? This is Sizzler Award winning Made Man Coach Davis checking in. Man, some of y'all out there in Raider Nation, man, y'all more emotional than a woman that just had her first period after having a baby, man. For real, man. Y'all about as unstable as my Aunt Mimi, man. They found her walking down the railroad tracks butt naked one time. Went missing for a week. Found her butt naked along the railroad tracks. Talking about, what was you doing that whole time? Oh, we was just out in that green meadow just a playing like we were little girls again. Man, y'all crazy, man. Something's wrong with y'all. Look, this is what it is. Man, we traveled all the way to the East Coast. Everything that could possibly go wrong within the first quarter or the first half went wrong. Sometimes you just have days like that. You know, your alarm doesn't go off. You go over there and you didn't set the coffee timer, so you got to wait for the coffee to be made. Then you're late to work, so you spilling the coffee while you're getting in your car. And then you're going down the road, and all of a sudden your low tire gauge is on, so you got to go get some air in your tire. And then you get to work and you realize, like, everybody got started late. Y'all can't even go nowhere because the fog is too high. You know what I'm saying? I'm a trucker. That's what I'm talking about. The fog was too thick. You can't go out to work. So you did all that rushing and panicking and have a bad day for what? For nothing. Yeah, we got punched in the mouth, but man, stuff like that happens. Now we got to see how we're going to respond to this. We got a whole young group of guys, man. We see what we're made of if we're going to respond. Y'all quit being freaking sissies, wanting to fire everybody and cut everybody and trade everybody and then. Oh my God, man, shut the hell up already with that crap, man. It's Raider Nation for life. Raider till I die. And that's what it is, man. Just win, baby. Not cry, baby. Y'all quit. Just shut the hell up, man. I love y'all, man. I'm out.
Shut the hell up, I love you.
Shut the hell up, I love you. That's you.
Said that.
That's you.
That was an engagement line I used one time.
Oh, my God. You know, there's so much truth to what he says. You know, look, I tell my boys all the time, your character's not defined by the mistakes you make. Your character's defined by what you do in response to them. And, like, what are you going to do, Raiders? Like, this is going to define your season. The loss to the Jets doesn't define you. Your performance in Kansas City does. What are you going to do to follow it up? Oh, man, strong call there from Coach Davis, man.
Coach.
Too funny. Poor Aunt Minnie.
Yeah,
right?
She's still wandering the tracks in Indy. Buck naked.
Oh, my gosh. Y'all crack me up, man. Oh, it's too funny. Great job there, Coach Davis. All right, next up, we got a couple more to get to before we get out of here for the night. Let's hear from our buddy. You know the name, Swaggo, and you know the city. What is
right.
it? What is it?
Beto from 9 Volt.
You know the city. I ain't got to say my name. All right. So this past weekend, I don't know what the hell that was. I don't know who the hell that team was. Apparently, they were trying to imitate the Raiders, because what the hell was that performance? 34-3? We can't have, no, this is not 2013, 2014. But anyway, it was a horrible performance, but what can you do? It happened and it happened. There's a hiccup in the long run, but we have an important game next week. This game is for the season. You know, the season is not over. A lot of Raider Nation's like, oh, the season's over. We need to fire everyone. No, calm down, all right? We're over 500 and we're going into December. That's very good. You know, either way, the Raiders can still be a 9-7, 8-8 team. That's better than last year. Double our win total. You know, Raiders got 6 wins already. Last year, Raiders had 2? So it's big improvement. Future looks good. You know, if the Raiders don't make the playoffs this year, that's fine. You know, next year we'll be killing it. You know, with more draft picks and more free agency, because our cap space still got good cap space. Anyway, Murf, you still keep making fun of me, Murf. Calling my question a stupid question.
It's not stupid.
Murf. Anyway.
Misguided.
So I have this poll on my Twitter. You know, I always like to answer the hard questions. So out of all these 4 coaches, who was your favorite? Mike Shanahan, Norv Turner, Dennis Allen, and Lane Kiffin. My Twitter is 27sliverbucks. Go and vote. And as always, go Raiders.
All right, appreciate the call. That is Beto. He is from Los Angeles, and appreciate that. And I don't make fun of you, buddy. You're like family around here. That's
man. No,
that's
you're
what we
good,
do.
dude.
We poke fun at each other, man. That's just part of it. If we didn't like you, we wouldn't do it.
It's when we stop making fun of you is when you got to worry.
Yeah, it's when we go, okay, thanks for the call.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
or he doesn't make the 8.
Or you just wouldn't even be on the show, period. Absolutely. No, appreciate the call, Beto. And so in terms of that, I'm going with Lane Kiffin. Because Lane Kiffin has given us fodder for like a lot of bits and jokes and like things over the years. Like Lane Kiffin's still given back to this day.
And he's beloved in the state of Tennessee.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
We love him here, too.
Not only did he screw the Raiders, but he screwed the University of Tennessee, didn't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
absolutely.
My gosh. We went last year. We went when Florida Atlantic played here at MTSU.
I remember that.
Yeah. Al Davis mistakenly referred to him as Lance like numerous times. He called him Lance Kiffin. And so me and my son Tristan, we were hanging out on the tunnel. And as he's walking by, I go, "What's up, Lance?" Like, and he turned over, looked, and I go, "Raider Nation says hi." And he goes, "Oh, yeah, that was good."
He did show up at our school, though.
Where?
At Siegel.
No.
He showed up.
Did he really?
You remember that? And he brought his wife. Yeah, they were recruiting. It was one of his.
She's not unattractive.
Oh, she's gorgeous.
Yeah.
They showed up at the school, and I can't remember. I think it was Montori. I think that they were. They were there.
Hughes, yeah.
Montori Hughes,
probably, yeah.
I think they
former
were there.
defensive tackle for the Indianapolis Colts.
Right,
Yep.
and of course he played at UT. And so that was the one or two recruiting trips that he made, but he was there at the school.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, funny. Yeah, good old Lance, man. He's going down in most famously for trotting out Sebastian Janikowski for a 76-yard field goal. Like, unbelievable. All right, last caller for the night. One more time. Thank you for calling. Leave your name. This is a caller in the 443.
Murf, Swag, Capo, what's good, fellas? Raider Nation. Oh, man, first things first, just wanted to say my fault for losing my, a little more excited than I probably should have been. There's only been a few times in my life when I actually yelled at my phone, and one of the times, it's only been that time, maybe one other guy.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, yeah.
It's Deuce. That's Deuce calling back.
Oh, well, there you
He's
go.
talking about yelling at his phone. He called
yeah.
after halftime, and he was mad.
Oh, we got a double deuce.
The double deuce.
Double dose. All right, right on. Here we go.
That's my ex-wife. First things first, man. Second
Wait a
thing, I
minute.
guess.
I totally messed up his joke. He talked about the 2 times he yelled at his phone. One was on the phone with us, and the other time was at his ex-wife.
That time, maybe one other guy, and oh yeah, that's my ex-wife.
I can
First
relate.
things first, man. Second thing, I guess. Look, man, it wasn't that bad. It was a bad score, but the guys don't catch the ball. It's just like the previous seasons, pretty much since Carr's been there. When they don't catch the ball when they need to, we don't win. Nothing else goes.
Preach.
The running game couldn't go because the guys wouldn't catch the ball. Man, it's just long thing in. Just wanted to say hello. Hope everybody had a good game. A little bit better composure. And, driving through New Jersey now. Y'all have a good one, man. Talk to y'all soon.
All right, appreciate it, Deuce. Appreciate the call back. Great job, and congratulations. Yeah, now you're an official, being a made man. Getting your call played twice here on the show. So great stuff there. All right, so every week we take all of the emails and all the voicemails, and Uncle Mosh evaluates them with his very structured metric in the Uncle Mosh evaluation system, where he weeds out the undesirables and narrows it all the way down into a very focused group of candidates.
If I weeded out the undesirables, none of us would be here. We started the night with Patrick Mahomes calling in, talking about he was going to cook the condor. And then we followed it up with the real Kermit the Frog. Kermit, he came in and he mentioned, the smell of Copenhagen and powdered sugar. I wasn't quite sure he was talking about. RFR fantasy update by Greg. Hey, we'll get your made man next week. Thanks for that.
Thanks, Greg.
Rev gave us a good game recap. Chuck called in and he said, when we lose that bad, that amazing tailgate that was off the charts, well, it all seemed like work. And he sounded a little bit bummed. Steve, Dead Scroll Steve,
nice.
Tailgate highlights. And I loved how he called Warren Sapp an idiot. That was a highlight for me. Deuce.
Yeah.
Double Deuce.
Nice.
That's his new moniker.
22.
Hey, he was made tonight, and we gave him the old moniker, dropping a deuce. I love it. Caller in the 330. He's keeping the faith. He doesn't care how bad we get beat. Coach Davis told us that wonderful story about his Indy aunt walking the railroad tracks, buck naked, spilling his coffee, basically said, stuff happens, and then he said, shut the hell up, I love ya. Beto, in denial about the loss. He thought there was another team out there imitating us, and then, of course, we rounded things off with Deuce's second call. So tonight, the Sizzler Award, as soon as I can find it on my thing here, I lost it there. Oh,
good luck finding your thing.
I know, right? This is coming from Tripod Dad over there. You know, I don't think I got it. You got it over there?
I don't know. I can find it.
I don't have it.
You really don't?
I really don't. Oh, there it is.
Yeah,
okay, my bad.
Okay.
Tonight's Sizzler.
Sizzler.
Coach Davis.
Hey! Nice job, Coach Davis. Now, that's Coach Davis has won once before, hasn't
Yeah,
he?
a couple times.
I think a couple
We'll
times.
have to
Is
check
it number
with Paul.
3? Absolutely.
Yeah.
We are Metallica, and we are here for your Oakland Raiders!
You know why we out here, and we ain't playing around today.
From The Walking Dead to errant Jedi Knights, Raiders fans are a rogues gallery.
That's our Joker laugh, Woody.
Oh, okay.
He was looking very concerned at us.
Now you're like, this is how the podcast ends up.
Yeah, we just start making weird noises
We
into
just make weird vowel noises.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, you're a Batman guy.
Oh, yeah.
You have like Batman ink on your body.
I have a tattoo.
Yeah, he really does.
Let's see it.
Yeah. Show it. Yeah,
Take your jacket off. Let's see.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun.
Mosh probably ought to take his off too.
I thought we were doing that thing
Oh, nice.
There it is.
Whip.
Now go drop. There you go. Woody. Yeah, look at that.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah, Woody's got the Batman ink there. So
I love it, man.
So Raiders fans are rogues gallery. So we ended with the Joker laugh.
Well, he's got the Rebel logo on him too. From Star Wars.
Really?
Yeah, I got that.
Oh, nice. The
Check it
Phoenix.
out. Yeah, man.
The Rebel Phoenix.
Yeah, I got my first tattoo. People said, "Oh, you
Swag Dad is a rogues gallery himself."
Yes, he is.
I got my first tattoo. People said, "Oh, you're gonna get addicted." I went, "No," and I got like 13 of them.
Yeah, he does.
I love it in the chat. They're like, "Yep, it's Magic Mike time."
Oh yeah.
That's right. I'll be waiting for your singles.
Because I'm pretty sure Mosh and Woody just had a close off there. That was amazing.
Oh my gosh.
That was.
You said close off. I'm sorry. I thought that was my cue again.
Oh my gosh, y'all crack me up. All right, so and this is the eve of Thanksgiving, and in the spirit of giving thanks, we started last year playing the song "Thank You, Al." Of course, the man that is responsible entirely for the creation of Raider Nation, the creation of not only just the organization, but the mystique around it, the success around it, all of the wonderful things. And there is a group out there called Dem Raider Boys. Check them out on YouTube. It's DEM Raider Boys, BOYZ. They have a lot of different videos out there, but this one in particular is awesome. Last year, they gave us permission to play their song on our show, and so we are definitely glad to play it here once again. Again, on the eve of Thanksgiving, we're thankful for so much. Thankful, of course, from our faith, to our family, to our friends, to Raider Nation. But in terms of this show, especially, we are thankful to the one and only Al Davis, the guy that kind of kicked this thing off. So we're going to play this song real quick before we get out of here for the night.
And in Oakland, it was a memorable day for the entire Raiders organization and fans as they honored Al Davis.
And I want to say one thing to the fans and the great players who wore the silver and the black in the past all over the country. And I want to pay tribute to my partner, Ed McGaw, who died this winter. Again, you were magnificent. You dominated.
And I love all of you, you know that. Thank you very much. Just win, baby.
Everything that you gave and you gave for us, that's the reason why it's Raider and all of us. Ashes to ashes, never with your name build us, cause you're the promise to this game that we love so much. For everything that you gave and you done for us, that's the reason why it's Raider and all of us. Ashes to ashes, never with your name build us, cause you're the promise to this game that we love so much.
Al Davis built this character, this culture.
Every time you walk by, I just waited my turn to hear what you had to say about the Raider Nation. Now them days are gone, and them days look long. Thanks for hooking up the NFL and bringing us along. Thanks for thinking out the box and putting other races on. Al D, you did it right, and thanks for holding down the throne. These are words from Don't Even, and I have to let you know that I'm speaking from my heart. Now I can finally let you go. Al Davis, you're a beast, and the nation loves you so. Not only are you a legend, you're an icon, bro. Silver and black is the colors that you rep like a pro. We gon' carry on your legacy, just to let you know there's not a hall big enough that can hold all your fame. Plus you always stay committed, now it's time to go and get it. Rest and Raider and in peace. Al Davis, you's a beast, thanks for everything you done. Now it's time to get some sleep. Generals win wars and politicians make peace. Just win, baby, win and stay committed to say the least. Plus he'd rather be feared than respected. What a G, you can sleep when you die. Say goodbye to the guy, you don't adjust, you dominate. And you gotta stay consistent when it comes to football and getting dirty in the trenches. Real Raiders, they relentless and persistent in this game. Got them shaking, got them cringing when we mention Al's name. Everything that you gave and you gave for us, that's the reason why it's Raider and all of us. Ashes to ashes, never with your name build us, cause you're the promise to this game that we love so much. For everything that you gave and you done for us, that's the reason why it's Raider and all of us. Ashes to ashes, never with your name build us, cause you're the promise to this game that we love so much.
It's all about Al. It's all about the silver and black.
Al Davis, the Godfather, did it his way. Frank Sinatra, you don't adjust, you just dominate. Raider in peace, October 8, 2011. The man, the myth, the legend of a visionary. A true diehard from the cradle to the cemetery. How it all began, from the AFL to the NFL to the Alden win. The young coaching genius who created some of Los Angeles and Oakland's meanest players to ever play the game. Without Mr. Davis, the Raider Nation will never be the same. It's more than the season of a game, it's the aftermath. The flags are half-stabbed, tribute to the businessman and the badass behind the shield. You will commit to excellence to return to glory, yet instead my words can tell the story of the baddest. Silver and black maverick. Once a Raider, always a Raider for life. Win, lose, or tie, we don't die, we multiply. Patch over my eye, what's more still? It's in my blood, one team, one nation, one love, one love. Mr. Al Davis, the worldwide Raider Nation's greatest coach, leader, owner, and godfather to the nation of millions of die-hard sons and daughters. Silver and black, moment of silence. Everything that you gave and you gave for us, that's the reason why it's Raider and all of us. Ashes to ashes, never with your name build us, cause you're the promise to this game that we love so much. For everything that you gave and you done for us, that's the reason why it's Raider and all of us. Ashes to ashes, never with your name build us, cause you're the promise to this game that we love so much. Raider in peace, Godfather Al Davis. We love you, 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 we love you. You ain't dead, you just passed on. As long as the nation is alive, you is alive. Rest in peace, rest in Raider Al Davis. Raider in peace, Al legacy lives on.
Just win, baby.
Everything that you gave and you done for us, that's the reason why it's Raider and all of us. Ashes to ashes, never with your name build us, cause you're the promise to this game that we love so much. For everything that you gave and you done for us, that's the reason why it's Raider and all of us. Ashes to ashes, never with your name build us, cause you're the promise to this game that we love so much. For everything that you gave and you done for us, that's the reason why it's Raider and all of us. Ashes to ashes, never with your name build us, cause you're the promise to this game that we love so much. For everything that you gave and you done for us, that's the reason why it's Raider and all of us. Ashes to ashes, never with your name build us, cause you're the promise to this game that we love so much. It's all good, it's all good. Now let's go get it. Just win, baby. Just win, baby. Just win, baby.
Good stuff, man.
Love
Isn't
it, man.
Isn't that great? So good.
It.
So thank you to them Raider boys. Thank you for allowing us to play that on the show. Thank you, Al Davis, of course. And so to keep it local, though, thank you all for joining us here on this episode of Raiders Fan Radio, episode number 151. And the guys in the room, thank you for joining. Woody, thank you so much for coming in and joining us here in Raiders Fan Radio.
It was a pleasure. It's one of the few nights that I don't have to. It's like not a school night. I don't have to get up the next day.
Yeah, there you go.
And so, so what do you think about young Swaggo kind of following in the family business and kind of jumping in for playing radio?
I'm very proud.
Oh,
yeah.
Hey, nice.
Yeah, well,
it's good stuff. He does a good job, huh?
Yeah, well, it's big shoes to fill, but it's the family business.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got in the family business. Yeah. So speaking of thanks, thank you, Swag Dad, for coming and chilling with us here in the Fan Cave, and you're welcome back anytime.
Please,
we love you. We love that you're a Raider fan now, and thank you to Raider Ramon, Ron the Mater Raider, Pirate 1975, Aaron the Q-Dog Raider, Darth Vader Raider, Full Metal Mexican, Raider Born Rico, who else we got in here? Watch Raider, Coach Davis, Sugar Shane. We've got the whole crew in here. Thank you guys so much. You guys make this show. You make it with your amazing, hilarious stuff in the chat, and you guys are just the best. So thank you. It's because of you guys that we're able to do fun stuff and come on a Wednesday night and just hang out with you guys and talk about the thing that we all love. So Swag Dad, if you don't have anything, we're gonna kick it to maybe Uncle Mosh, and we're gonna take us home.
Oh, throw to your dad, man.
Well, yeah, well, okay, we'll take it, Dad.
I was just gonna say I will think of you guys every time I drop a deuce.
Oh yeah.
Thanks.
You're up.
Am I up?
You're up.
Well, thanks, Uncle Mosh, for being here tonight.
Well,
I appreciate you. Appreciate all the listeners. Appreciate you joining in and jumping into Murf's Fan Cave, RaidersFanRadio.com. And Uncle Mosh, take us home.
Well, it's been a great night. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. We appreciate you all joining us in the old Raiders Fan Cave. For your buddy Murf, little Swaggy J, Tripod Dad, you've been listening to the Raiders Fan Radio, where we have taken a lighter side journey into the dark side. Remember, what happens in Vegas started in Oakland. Good night, everybody. Have a great Thanksgiving. God bless.
Good night.
Get out your tubes!
Eat lots of food.
For real, man. Y'all about as unstable as my Aunt Mimi, man. They found her walking down the railroad tracks butt naked one time. Went missing for a week. Found her butt naked along the railroad tracks.